Hello students, today we are going to start lesson number 11, transportation and excretion. Students, in everyday language, transport means to carry things from one place to another. In biology, transport is a life process in which a material absorbed or made in one part of body of an organism is carried to the other part of body. Then we have learned earlier that all the living organisms, including animals and plants, need a continuous supply of different materials such as food, water and oxygen for their survival. These materials reach the various parts of an organism where they are needed. All the living organisms also produce some waste material like carbon dioxide, etc. as a result of chemical process occur in their body cells. These waste material are harmful and have to be removed from the body. So it is necessary that all the living organisms have some means of transport or carry the material from one part to another part within their body. So all the living organisms, including animals and plants, need a transport system to supply them with the food, water and oxygen, and to carry away the harmful waste material produced in their body. In most of the animals, the blood that circulate in their body transport or carry food, water and oxygen to the cells in all the parts of their body. The blood also transport waste material made in the body cell to the different parts of body for the excretion or the removal. So, the main transport in the system in the human being is the blood circulatory system. So let us start with the human circulatory system. In a circulatory system, blood carry digested food, water and oxygen to all the parts of body. The blood circulatory system make food, water and oxygen available to every part of body and help in removing the waste material of body like carbon dioxide. The various organs of the circulatory system in human are heart and blood vessel. The blood vessel are three types: arteries, veins and capillary. The human circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels including arteries, veins and capillaries, and the blood. So, let us start with the blood. Blood is a red color liquid which flow in a blood vessel and circulate in our body. Blood is red because it contains a red pigment called hemoglobin. Blood consists of four components: plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Plasma is a liquid and red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets keep floating in it. We can now define blood as follows. Blood is a liquid called plasma with a red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets floating in it. The liquid part of blood is called plasma. Plasma is a pale yellow sticky liquid. It is 90% water and 3.5% common salt. Plasma carry water and dissolved substances such as a digested food waste product from one part to the another part in the body. Then first is a red blood cells called RBC. Red blood cells are red in color. It is spherical in shape. Due to the presence of red pigment is called hemoglobin inside them, red blood cells carry oxygen. Red blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. It is actually the hemoglobin present in the RBC which carry the oxygen in body Hemoglobin bind with oxygen and transport it to the all parts of body, ultimately to the all cells. If there is a deficiency of hemoglobin in a blood of person, it becomes difficult to provide the oxygen efficiently to the all parts of his body. The RBCs are produced in our bone marrow and they have a lifespan only a few days. Then next is the white blood cells, means WBCs. The white blood cell fight infection and protect us from the diseases. This is because white blood cells help to fight against the germs which may enter our body and causes the diseases. Some white blood cell can eat up the germs like bacteria which causes the diseases. Then next is a platelets. Platelets are tiny fragments of the special cell formed in the bone marrow. Platelets help in clotting of the blood in cut or wound. When a cut or wound start bleeding, then platelet clot the blood, due to which further bleeding stops. Then if a child fall down while playing a game and his knee or any other part of body get injured, then blood start flowing from the cut made by the injury. After some time, a dark red clot is formed which plugs the cut and bleeding stop. Then the blood is needed by all the parts of body because it performs the following important functions. First, blood carry digested food from the small intestine to all the body parts. Second, blood carry water to all parts of body. Blood carry oxygen from lungs to the different part of body. Blood carry the waste product carbon dioxide from the body cells. Blood carry the waste product called urea from liver to kidney. Blood protect the body from diseases. Then after that we will discuss the blood vessels. Blood vessels are a kind of tube which carry the blood throughout our body. There are three types of blood vessels in our body: arteries, veins and capillaries. We will now describe arteries, veins and capillaries in detail one by one. Let us start with arteries. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry the blood from the heart to all the parts of body. The arteries lie quite deep under our skin and hence they are not seen easily. Blood leaves the heart at the high pressure through arteries. Arteries have a thick and elastic wall. The main artery is connected to the left ventricle of the heart. The main artery carries the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the all part of body. Another artery called pulmonary artery is connected to the right ventricle of heart, and the pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. The next is a vein. Veins are the blood vessels which carry the blood from all the parts of body back to the heart. In other words, veins are the blood vessels which carry blood toward the heart. Veins are also found in the whole of our body. Veins are less deep than arteries and hence can be seen easily. The greenish blue lines which we see just below the skin on our hands and legs are veins. The deoxygenated blood returns to the heart at the low pressure through the veins. The main vein is connected to the right atrium of the heart. The main vein carries deoxygenated blood from all the parts of body back to the heart. Another vein called pulmonary vein is connected to the left atrium of the heart, and the pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the heart. And then next part of the blood vessel is a capillary. Capillary are the extremely thin blood vessels which connect the arteries to vein. Capillary, also called the blood capillaries, are present throughout our body. Every cell of the body is near a capillary. Capillary have extremely thin wall which allow the substance to pass from blood into the body cell and also from body cell into the blood. The exchange of substance like a food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. between the blood and the body cell takes place through capillaries.